It's almost like an icon or an emoji or something. Like the bar itself just became an image that people knew.
I could have done anything and I wouldn't have remembered it.
And next thing I know, I was in hospital.
The first time I took Xanax was at Boomtown Festival. About 2 years ago. My friend had them on her and she was just like taking so many of them. And I'd never tried them before, like I didn't even know what they did really. She was just like, to try one, just take like a quarter. I'd been anxious ever since I can remember, since I was like 6 years old. And I felt sick like all the time, every day. And then as soon as she gave me this Xanax, it literally all just went away. Like it was crazy, I'd never felt so calm ever before. I'd never like not felt anxious for one moment. So as soon as I could take something that made me feel not anxious for one moment, I was just like, I love them so much. Because I'd never felt so calm before. I literally felt like a constant orgasm for like 6 hours when I was on them. But it is just like a full body, just like buzz. And it is really intense, but at the same time it's also really calming. So I think that's why people get so addicted to it.
I hadn't really heard anything about it, other than it was sort of like being drunk but not being drunk. You drink a couple of bars, and you have a couple of drinks, and smoke a couple of spliffs or whatever you want to do, because normally you mix them with other things, and you just end up lying back on a chair, close your eyes or blink for a second, and you wake up and 5-6 hours have passed, and it's almost like time travel.
No, I think it makes me feel happy and confident. Like, you can feel like a ghost when you take it. Yeah, I would use it on purpose to help me as a tool, literally as an invisibility cloak, to help me to hide myself and to feel like I'm not going to get in any trouble. I feel like that's why people use it, to do crime in general. I don't really use any word for it. I guess painting is what I would say, because that's all it is. It's just like applying a paint to a surface. Or vandalism, maybe. It's usually when I'm drinking or when I'm going out, but then, like, this was at the start anyway, but eventually I was taking it at work and things like this, you know, so it became much more of a habitual thing rather than just a party drug.
I give myself a chance to feel anxious at all. I would just take one just in case I did. But they make time go really fast. So I used to take them at work, so I'd feel like my day is going really fast. So I would like plan it out and orchestrate it. So I would take a half here and a half there, so that I would literally like be working it for like an hour, but it'd been like 4.
And while it didn't really impair my working performance, I was still able to perform to the standard that I would perform to anyway. But I think it was more my demeanour I would look a lot calmer than I normally would. And while that's not necessarily a bad thing, people notice that and were like, what's that? And obviously, I was open with a few of my colleagues about what I was doing, and they would sometimes notice that I was a bit floaty or cloudy.
If someone cares about you a lot, it will probably affect them negatively because they'll see you change in some sort of way, but you probably feel better in yourself, you know. It will probably take a long time for someone to realize that what negative effects the drug is having on their life.
My boyfriend was telling me to stop taking them, obviously, because he would watch me every single day just dose myself up with these pills. And he would obviously be trying to talk to me and trying to get through to me. Like if we were arguing, he'd feel really passionate about what we were arguing about, and I was just like, I really don't care. And it was just, obviously it's hurtful, so he just wanted me to just be normal and just have nothing getting in the way. Well, we went out one night and I was just so zanned that I just didn't know what I was doing, and I ended up cheating on him. And I wouldn't have done that if I wasn't on Xanax, and obviously we're no longer together anymore from that incident, so it can ruin like massive things in your life when you're not even thinking.
Well, I've had arguments, like I've gotten like angry with people because I just don't believe what they've said that I've done. Apparently they're relaying back to me what's happened over the night, and you're adamant that it's not happened. You're just completely certain that's not me, that doesn't sound like something I would do. And there's instances where you see a photo and you've got the physical evidence there, you can't actually say no, it's proven, but in your mind you still can't accept it.
I just felt even worse than I ever had before when I wasn't taking them. Like once I'd started, if I'd stop, I'd feel like 100 times worse than my anxiety before I'd even taken one.
I'd stopped taking Xanax. I'd been on it for a fair few months, and it was affecting my work, affecting my personal life, family relationships, friendships, and it was starting to have a negative impact on my life because I wasn't using it in moderation, and I wasn't being careful about my use of it, and I was overindulging. And I went cold turkey. I just full on stopped.
I was at my friend's house and I had always been going to this place. This is one of the places that I was getting Xanax from. And I usually had planned my days, you know, like in the morning of what I was going to be doing. I probably already had taken some Xanax and I'd gone to go get some more. And spoke to my girlfriend and I was going to go home. And then I can't remember whether when I had actually realised that I'd lost my money, but I had an envelope of cash with me, maybe like £100 or something. And yeah, actually on my way home, I literally lost myself. Like I had a psychotic episode from the stress of it. I was so pissed off. Like this, I think this was my last money. Yeah, I literally went mad, and I was just doing like really stupid shit. I was like riding my bike in front of cars, just being like really damaging to like myself and my environment. Like I probably could have got hit by a bus or a car or something the way that I was riding. I really didn't care. It made me angry at that point. So yeah, it was bad. But I feel like I was going so far as to like I wanted to cause myself harm, you know, and that's the reason that I was doing it.
A few weeks into not doing it at all, I went out for a few drinks with some friends and ended up going to a club. And next thing I know, I was in hospital. Basically found out I had a seizure. I then sort of looked into heard that a few of my friends had similar experiences after stopping taking Xanax, looked into it, and that was one of the side effects of coming off of it cold turkey. Apparently you're supposed to wean yourself off them steadily and sort of reduce the amount that you're taking so your body's less dependent on them.
I'd say that I've got an addictive personality. I'm dipping in and out of taking Xanax at the moment. I have been for the last year and a half. I'm not sure if I'm addicted to them, maybe.
I haven't met anyone who hasn't enjoyed a Xanax experience, but there's no point because they just make you feel 10 times worse than you ever did afterwards, and then you'll get more and you will get addicted to them because they feel so good, but you just don't need them. There's other ways of having fun.